Hello, everyone, and welcome to Smart Bunny English. I'm Emily, and today we're going to talk about one of the most useful topics in English, daily routine.
Hi, Emily. Hi, listeners. I'm Paul. And yes, today's episode is all about how to describe your day in English, step by step. We'll start with simple beginner sentences and then move to longer sentences for intermediate learners.
That's right. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to say what time you wake up, how you go to work or school, what you eat, and even how to describe your free time.
And remember, listeners, don't just listen. Try to repeat after us. This is the best way to practice speaking.
Let's start with the morning. In English, we use very simple sentences. For example, I wake up at 7. I get up at 7:10. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower.
Exactly. And don't forget breakfast. You can say, I eat breakfast. I drink coffee. I eat bread and eggs.
Paul, what do you usually do in the morning?
I wake up at 6:30. I get up, I brush my teeth, and I drink a big cup of coffee.
That sounds nice. I wake up later at 7:30. I take a shower and eat cereal for breakfast.
Good examples. Now, listeners, try to say your morning routine in 3 short sentences.
Okay, now let's make the sentences a little longer for intermediate learners. Instead of only saying, I wake up at 7, we can add more details.
For example, I usually wake up at 7 because I need to go to work at 9. After I wake up, I check my phone and read the news.
That's great. Or, I get up at 7:15. First, I brush my teeth, then I wash my face, and finally, I take a shower before breakfast.
Emily, can you describe your morning with more details?
Sure. I wake up at 7:30. I usually check my messages before I get out of bed. Then I take a quick shower, brush my teeth, and get dressed. I like to eat cereal with milk and drink a cup of tea before leaving the house.
Very good. And here's mine. I wake up at 6:30 because I like to start early. I brush my teeth, shave, and take a shower. After that, I prepare breakfast, usually eggs, toast, and coffee. While I eat, I listen to a podcast to practice my English.
See, listeners? The intermediate level adds connectors like first, then, after that, usually, because. These words make your sentences longer and more natural.
Now let's talk about going to work or school. At the beginner level, keep it short. I go to school at 8. I go to work at 9. I take the bus. I drive my car. I walk to school.
Yes, very simple. Let's practice. Paul, how do you go to work?
I go to work by car. And you?
I go to work by bus.
Now, intermediate learners can expand with more details. I usually take the bus to work because parking is expensive. I walk to school and it takes me about 15 minutes. I drive my car to work, but sometimes I ride my bike when the weather is good.
Exactly. Adding reasons or time expressions makes your English sound more advanced. Now let's describe what happens at work or school.
At the beginner level, keep it short. I start work at 9. I have a class at 10. I write emails. I listen to the teacher. I eat lunch at 12:30.
And at the intermediate level, we can say, I start work at 9 and usually check my emails first. Then I attend meetings and prepare reports.
I have math class in the morning and English class in the afternoon. At school, I study, talk to my classmates, and sometimes play football during the break.
Emily, can you give us a full description of your morning at work? Sure. I arrive at the office at 9. I usually check my emails and reply to the most important ones. At 10, I have a meeting with my team. After that, I continue working on my reports until lunch at 12:30.
Perfect. My example is I start work early, at 8:30. First, I prepare my lesson plans because I am a teacher. Then I have classes with my students. I love teaching English in the morning because the students have more energy.
See, listeners, the intermediate level just explains more.
Okay, listeners, it's time for shadow practice. We will say sentences and you repeat after us. Ready? Let's go.
I wake up at 7.
I wake up at 7.
I brush my teeth.
I brush my teeth.
I take a shower.
I take a shower.
I eat breakfast.
I eat breakfast.
I go to work by bus.
I go to work by bus.
I start work at 9.
I start work at 9.
Good job.
Now let's move to the afternoon and evening. Beginners can say, I finish work at 5. I go home. I eat dinner at 7. I watch TV. I go to bed at 10.
Yes, very simple. But for intermediate learners, we can expand. I usually finish work at 5 and go home by train. When I arrive, I cook dinner and eat with my family. In the evening, I watch TV shows or read a book. Sometimes I meet friends for coffee.
I go to bed around 11 because I like to read before sleeping.
Emily, what's your evening routine? I finish work at 5:30. I take the bus home and it usually takes 40 minutes. When I arrive, I cook dinner, usually something simple like pasta. After dinner, I watch TV or call my family. I go to bed around 11.
Great. Mine is, I finish work at 6. I drive home, and sometimes I stop at the supermarket. At home, I eat dinner, then I play guitar or watch a series. I usually go to bed around 10:30 so I can wake up early again.
Now let's put everything together, a full daily routine. I'll do a beginner version and Paul will do an intermediate version. I wake up at 7. I get up at 7:10. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and take a shower. I eat breakfast at 7:30. I go to work by bus. I start work at 9 and eat lunch at 12:30. I finish work at 5, go home, eat dinner, watch TV, and go to bed at 10.
I usually wake up at 6:30 because I like to start my day early. After checking my phone, I brush my teeth, shave, and take a shower. Then I prepare breakfast, usually eggs, bread, and coffee. I drive to work and arrive at 8:30. I spend the morning preparing lessons and teaching classes. At lunchtime, I eat with my colleagues. I finish work at 6, then drive home. In the evening, I cook dinner, watch TV, or play guitar. I go to bed around 10:30 so I can wake up early again.
Excellent.
So today we learned how to talk about daily routines in English, from beginner to intermediate level.
Yes. Remember, at the beginner level, keep it short and simple. At the intermediate level, add connectors, reasons, and details.
Practice every day. Try to describe your own daily routine in English, first in simple sentences, then in longer ones.
And don't forget, repeat after us, pause the podcast, and practice out loud.
Thank you for joining us on Smart Bunny English.
See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.